Welcome to Virtual Realms. I'm Ranger 1. Armored Warfare's open beta has finally arrived. The early access period is over. The pre-open beta event that happened for people that purchased the Founders Packs is complete as of the time that this video has been released. Open beta is now upon us. We've all been looking forward to this a great deal. I do want to give you a cautionary note. The Founders Pack offers that many people, including myself, have purchased, well, their expiration date for purchase and applying those promotional codes if you happen to win them from the many sites and contests that were offering them, well, those codes expire as of this morning. So they are no longer good. You've either redeemed them already or it's too late. So keep that in mind, especially if you see anyone still trying to offer them to people for money. Don't be taken in. They're not good anymore. Now that the final wipe has occurred, and there won't be any more wipes from this point on, we're all in the same boat. We're all starting at zero and working our way upward again. Now, Founders Packs gave us the opportunity for those of us that purchased them to have a week to kind of get a little bit of a head start. It was their way of saying thank you for the support that we gave them during their development phase. But it's not a real big head start. Even those that have devoted themselves to seriously grinding in the game really haven't gotten that big a head start on the rest of the player base, so don't worry about that a great deal. What I'm actually going to focus on, at least for the first part of this video, is a feature that I don't think a lot of people have really played around with. And I'm going to admit right up front, I haven't really researched this on Armored Warfare's website. What I'm referring to are the bases that are going to be available to you to build. If you click up top on the base button, this is what you see. Actually, a little less than this. I played around with this a couple of days ago, 3 days ago to be exact, and everything was blank. It was an open field. But as I clicked, I noticed I could build a garage, Tier 1 garage. And there were other spots for the academy, the airport, the barracks, command center, helipad, recon post, and several others that have yet to be filled in. Go ahead and play around with this. Don't be hesitant. Don't be put off by that work in progress bar down at the bottom. I believe the bonuses and perks that this gives you are active. If they're not, they soon will be. Every one of these buildings that you put onto your base and subsequently upgrade will give you bonuses of one form or another. And you can continue to build those bonuses with the raw materials that you get for every day that you have been a member of the Armored Warfare community. Now you see, I'm at level 2 on the garage. I went ahead and upped that. And my repair cost is now 4% less than it was before I built the garage. Every time I spend material points, which you collect 100 of those every single day, whether you log in or not, will give you more points to spend on building up your base. Now, the higher you upgrade the individual buildings, the longer it takes. I think it's going to take 5 hours if I want to upgrade this garage past this point. The original construction took, I believe it was an hour. The academy, if I want to raise it beyond level 1, will take 10 minutes. It was virtually instantaneous, the first level that I built. And the same for the airport. That's going to give me a 2% bonus in equipment costs. Each one of these buildings either reduces the cost of something. Yeah, academy is commander experience point bonus of 2% currently, whenever you earn experience points for your commander. These things add up after a while. Obviously, the longer you play this game, the more you build up your base, the less expensive things become, and the bigger your bonuses become. Now, we're going to take a minute here. I've got some materials that are built up from the last 3 days, and I'm going to go ahead and spend them and show you the process of building. It's incredibly simple There's nothing complicated about it at all. Now here's the garage. Let's go ahead up here and click the Collect Materials button. You just press it. There are my 300 raw materials points that have accrued. I got a little pop-up when I first logged into the game in the bottom right-hand corner that kind of gave me a nudge to let me know I had materials that were waiting to be claimed. The prices in material cost down below are pretty easy to see. Barracks are 50 points, command centers are 150, helipads 200, and recon post is 100. So we're going to get the most out of this we can. Let's click on barracks. Brings us over to this blank area. It'll take 15 seconds to build a barracks and cost me 50 of my raw material points. We'll click it. Construction begins, which is kind of a neat little animation. I'm really kind of glad that they took the time to do this. And it's almost complete. We'll give it one more second. And there we go. There's my barracks. And that's going to make my crew have a 2% bonus whenever they earn experience. If I want to upgrade it another level to give me 4%, it'll cost me 100 material points. We're not going to do this. I'm going to build the command center instead. We'll see what it does. That's going to increase the free experience that I earn. We'll go ahead and build that. That's going to take a little bit, 2.5 minutes for the level 1 command center. And there it's starting its construction. I have no idea if as you raise the level of these structures, if it's going to change the graphic or not, make it a little fancier, maybe put activity around it. If they don't, that's okay. It's neat what they've already done. A little activity on this would also be cool if they want to put the resources into developing that. And here's the recon outpost. We're going to go ahead. That's going to take just 15 seconds. It'll cost my last 100 raw material points. And when I click build, we'll go ahead and see construction begin on that as well. And there goes the crane. Construction equipment's in place. And tower. Interesting. Well, it is a recon point, or recon post, so I'm presuming it's going to have a lot of communication equipment, yes, and the satellite dish and the whole 9 yards. That's pretty cool. The command center is still building. It's going to be building for almost a minute and a half more. And we'll cut to that here, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm really curious as to what the helipad's going to look like as well, and what the new structures are going to look like when they're brought into the game. A slight jump forward in time done by the magic of editing, and there is my command center, fully functional. Is that a tent or a hardened bunker? Judging by the air conditioning equipment and the catwalk on the outside, I would say that's some sort of hardened bunker. And as I mentioned before, if they start building activity in and around these buildings, or start making them look cooler and with different additions to them, that would be outstanding. Well, either way, it looks cool, and it's a great addition to the game, at least in my opinion, and there's plenty of room to add more stuff. So don't be afraid to experiment with this. It can only benefit you. Now, this next section... Oh, that was a good shot. This next section is devoted primarily to brand new players to Armored Warfare. You'll notice that I am in a Tier 2 vehicle. I've never played this vehicle before, ever, in the game. And I've messed around with this during early access quite a bit. The T-54, a venerable old Soviet tank. And in this match, I'm pretty overmatched. There are only a total of 3 Tier 2 vehicles in this match, in total. So most of the vehicles are Tier 3 with a few Tier 4s as well. In a lot of games, I would be at a horrendous disadvantage. I have nothing upgraded on this vehicle at this time. My crew is completely untrained. Yeah, it looks a little grim, doesn't it? And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to end up losing this battle. But the reason why I'm showing this to you is the balance in Armored Warfare is actually pretty darn good. And even when you're up against higher tiered vehicles, you always stand a pretty good chance of doing well for yourself. There's not as big a gap between the various tiers in Armored Warfare and their capabilities as there are in a lot of other games. And I appreciate that. Now, the differences are definitely noticeable, but they are nothing that cannot be overcome if you're patient and learn how to drive the vehicle. Now, I say learn how to drive the vehicle. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I have no idea how this tank performs. And I suddenly find myself kind of on my own here, which was a little unexpected. But I've managed to do significant damage to that Leopard on the enemy team, and that's a Tier 3 vehicle. And so far, I haven't been touched. Well, that's not going to last, but as a bit of a spoiler, I'm going to end up being the last person alive on my team. You may say, yeah, but you still lost. You know what? It really doesn't matter. I fully expected to lose in this tank the first match out, or even if the team won, I expected to die fairly early on, but that just didn't happen, and that is not unusual in Armored Warfare. Now, don't get me wrong, this has very, very little to do with my personal level of skill. I'm just an average Joe. Perhaps a hair above average, but that's just because I do this sort of thing a lot. Not as much as some of you do, though. However, the one advantage the team did have, we've got some Tier 4 vehicles on our side, and the other team doesn't have those vehicles at their disposal, but the Tier 4 vehicles on our side, the only one that's really formidable is the Zalo. It's a tank destroyer, and it's actually really good. The other two AMX 10P90s are also excellent vehicles, but they're just light armored fighting vehicles. They're not really giving my team a huge advantage over the competition. Those two Leopards that they have, and that T-62, those are some mean tanks for this tier. So, yeah, we have a little bit of an advantage, but not as big as you might think. And all that being said, keep in mind, my team is going to lose this match. I'm getting charged by this Walker Bulldog. That's a good little tank. There he comes in. Remember, he's just Tier 2 as well, but he manages to get past me. My main battle tank just couldn't keep up with him, and I get pegged from behind by a Scorpion. I'm going to have to watch it. That Scorpion's going to eat my lunch for me. I'm going to have to get around this reservoir as quickly as I can. I'm going to try and get one more shot into that Bulldog. Almost finished him off. I missed the kill there by just a hair's breadth. It would not have changed the outcome of this match, but it would have made me personally feel a little bit better. Scorpion is there lurking behind me. He's just waiting for me to continue on or commit elsewhere so that he can move in behind me. And even though he is a fairly light vehicle, he could easily finish me off. Main battle tanks are not the end-all, be-all of combat in this game. You have to be aware of every single vehicle on the battlefield because in their own ways, they are all very dangerous. I'm going to have to face him down, head-on. And he goes head-to-head with me, which I don't know if that was the best idea for him. If I were him, I'd have been trying to get around behind me, and eventually that's exactly what he does. He's pinging me, even from the front. Now he's got an even better shot at me. He decides to run for it, and I almost pursue him around the corner, and I realize that Bulldog is over there waiting for me to do that. So we're going to take a moment and finish him off. However, that Leopard finally catches up with me. It's the other Leopard, and he ends the match. But that's fair enough. They did well. So, a defeat for my first battle in this tank, but let's see how we did. Remember, this is completely unupgraded with an untrained crew, and, well, not too bad. We got 2 kills, one of them being a Leopard 1, one of them being the excellent little Bulldog. 4 spots, significant damage thrown in. That's not too bad. Not for your first battle in a given vehicle. I got enough experience out of that to do a little bit of upgrading, and all I did was upgrade my sights to make me a little bit more accurate. Everything else, including ammunition and the gun, is still stock. Well, this is how the second match ended up. I ended up sweeping wide, which was a mistake. The majority of the team ended up here in the refinery on this map, and well, I'm closing in from the side. They're heavily concentrated there and covering each other well, but well, I'm just going to have to plow right in. Now the only reason, oh, there's another bulldog, and he goes down. Again, we have a selection of leopards in this, and a Dragoon 390, which is a great little tank destroyer, and an AMX-10P left alive now. The only reason why I'm showing this to you is to show you that even if you didn't get to participate in the Founders Pack special for this last week and get that little bit of a head start, don't despair. You're not really at any kind of a significant disadvantage compared to everyone else. And frankly, there weren't that many people that participated in that special. The vast majority of the people that will be flooding in the game now are brand new players just like yourself. You're going to be just fine. And especially so if you've played any of the competitive games that are out there on the market too. Armored Warfare has purposefully kept its control scheme very, very similar to what you are more than likely already used to. You're not going to have to reinvent the wheel or learn a brand new set of tricks to do the basic functions in this game. Now, it has some nice features the other games don't have. That's true. There we go. But it's nothing that isn't intuitive and very easy to pick up. Main battle tanks in particular will be familiar to you. They don't have any real special tricks. They depend on their armor and their gun to see them through. Some of the scouting vehicles can designate targets. That's something that you'll manually do, and it's just as easy as pressing a key on the keyboard and it's done, as long as you keep your sights on that target long enough. Little things like that. The ability to pop smoke grenades. All sorts of nice little touches like that that do set Armored Warfare apart, but don't really do anything significant as far as adding to the learning curve to pick up the game and do well with it. And have fun. I think you're also going to find that Armored Warfare has a very good community, and you'll feel right at home. You're going to see me rolling around on the battlefield more often than not, so don't hesitate to say hello whenever you do. And if the match is good enough and you don't kill me too quickly, you may end up in one of these videos too. So, relax and welcome to Armored Warfare. I think you're going to have a lot of fun here. That's all I have for you for right now. Until I see you again, good hunting. Thanks for watching. I hope you were entertained. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you. And I'll see you next time.